Madam President, it's with a heavy heart that I rise today to adjourn in the memory of Roger Thornton, an old friend of mine, a fellow Santa Monican who passed away last year on October 27th at the age of 79. Beloved by many, Roger was a U.S. Navy officer, a tenants' rights activist, and a family man. He was born in Falls City, Nebraska, only days before the infamous attack on Pearl Harbor and the United States' entry into World War II. And he'd oftentimes talk about the coincidence of his birth in that infamous event. During his early adulthood, after earning a degree from the University of Nebraska, he decided to serve his country by joining the U.S. Navy, rising to the rank of lieutenant commander. And following his honorable discharge from the Navy in 1969, Roger moved to Southern California to pursue a master's degree in political science at the University of Southern California. He settled in Santa Monica with his wife, Chris, in 1977, and soon after began his ardent rent control advocacy by joining other like-minded tenants and organizations and founding Santa Monicans for Renters' Rights, which ultimately became a very important civic and political powerhouse in Santa Monica. That's in large part due to the work that Roger did, his unwavering activism, ensuring that residents of Santa Monica could live without fear of discrimination or eviction. He was SMER's treasurer for over 30 years and was instrumental in helping to win unprecedented rights and protections for Santa Monica tenants. He exemplified the highest and best attributes of community service, served on the board, the steering committee of Santa Monicans for Renters' Rights. He was also my treasurer when I was on the school board in Santa Monica and Malibu. And at the time, I felt a certain degree of dread when I would get voicemail messages from him, because it was usually because I was really cutting it close and signing my documents, my paperwork for him to file in a timely manner. And now, as I say, I don't know, I thought very fondly of those voicemail messages at the time, but now I really do. Those grouchy voicemail messages yelling at me to get down to his house, sign the paperwork so he could get it filed. I realize it's because, in the end of the day, he was calling me because he cared so much. He was the kind of person who wanted to make sure that candidates, elected officials who he believed in were always getting their paperwork on time, looking good in front of the community, doing the work we needed to do to help provide leadership. And so he brought that level of professionalism to everything he did, including his work as treasurer for many really great elected officials in our town. He was an immutably principled man. His contributions to the city of Santa Monica, our broader community, will long be remembered. He leaves to cherish his memory and celebrate his legacy, not only all of his friends and co-conspirators with Santa Monicans for Renters' Rights, but also, of course, his dear wife, Chris, his daughters, Jennifer and Stephanie, his sisters, Carol and Kathy, and 2 grandchildren. I hope that his legacy inspires us, and I ask that the Senate adjourn in his memory.